Hey, check this out. It is winter wonderland, and that's why I have to do this today. Can I just show you here? We got a little bit of frosting on the branches. I'm such a sucker for this. I was born in California, grew up in Southern California. I don't really know this white, fluffy, powdery, sugary stuff. And so still, I'm like a kid in a candy store when it snows. I'm Bradley Charbonneau. This is Thursday Thunder, and also the 17th. They're coming close to each other this month. And the reason I'm doing it today is because of this. This won't last. This here, where I live, it won't last long. Some of you live in really cold countries. You'd be like, you can have your warmth there, pal. But I need to do this today. Just like, that's what I want to talk about. There are certain times to do certain things. And now is the time for me to record this video because of the powdery, sugary snow on the tree branches, which I just can't get enough of. But another thing to do right now, early in the year, is to have a New Year's resolution. My version of this New Year's resolution this year is your one word. Do you have your word for the year? What's your one word? I have my word. I'll tell you right now. It's focus. And this year, my word is focus. And I've written a short book, what a surprise, called What a Surprise, Focus. It's a one-word book. The title might be Focus. It's a one-word book with a one-word title. And you might think, great, Bradley, you're done. Why didn't you just write it on a napkin? And I would answer to that, what are you going to do with that napkin? Are you going to frame it and put it above your office or your living room because that word will be so important for you for this year? Or are you going to forget about it? Are you going to throw the napkin into recycling and you'll never see it again and you'll wonder, what was my word again? What was my word for the year? Oh yeah, I think it was focus. Here's my pitch. Here's my thing. This is what I want to do in 2024. And this is one element of the focus. I can tell you right now, there's two elements. The other one is the Now What anthology. I'll get more into that next month. And you've already probably been invited on that. Some of you are already involved in it. And that's the Now What anthology. Kind of related to this. So what we're doing here, in typical Bradley Charbonneau possible fashion, is you are going to write, should you choose to accept this mission, a one-word book. And that one word is your mantra, is your philosophy, is your New Year's resolution for this coming year. Now, I would recommend doing this in the next month or two, or maybe 3, January, February, March. I'm a full believer that February is an absolute, maybe even better time than January, because January, you might think you know your word, and yet it's not quite there yet, or you think that's what it was based on last year. And that has a lot to do with it, because what we're doing, I'm going to tell you the structure of the book right now. Oh, by the way, the book is out. It's currently, for 90 days, I'm in a contract. It's only on Amazon. I think I'm only going to make it available as an ebook. It's currently only on Amazon as an ebook. I will make a paperback probably in February. But for now, check out Amazon. I'll put the link below in the show. And it's called Your One Word. And that's your focus as well. My word is focus. You're happy to use my word if you want. But I'd like you to have one word. And I do offer some help in the book on how, if you don't know your word, how to uncover your word. I believe we all have our word. It's just it's a matter of uncovering it or discovering it. I also get into energetic decision making, where we have 3 energetic decision-making centers in our body. We have the mind, the heart, and the gut. For me, that is Martin, Eri, and Go. I have names for my 3 personalities, for my 3 decision-making types. I can walk you through how to find your decision-making characteristics and how to help you make decisions. And I could also help you find your one word if you don't know your one word. Although, there I am again, I said you don't know it. You do know it. It's just a question of, are you going to surrender to that word for this year? Are you going to accept? Are you going to accept, believe, and surrender that this is your word for the year? And is your word big enough? Is it scary enough? Is it exciting enough? Is it, oh yeah, I could do that word. That'd be kind of easy. Okay, I'll do that. Is that your word? Or is your word bigger and scarier, where the future you is going to look back and say, that's the one I want? Okay, here's a little bit about the structure. And you might think I'm giving away the farm here. Bradley, you're telling me everything in your book, and why should I buy your book? And I would say partly accountability, because I will collect the one-worders and put together a collection, sort of an anthology of the one-word books, should you choose to make it public. This book is for you. It is really for no one else other than you. It's not for me, it's not for the public, it's not for Amazon, it's not for book distributors. This book, this one-word book, is for you, and it's for your year. It's also for, hold on to your hats, your future self. We are creating this book for your future self. It's not a book of your past. It's not a book of what happened last year. It's a book about what's going to happen, and even maybe in some detail, how it's going to happen in the coming year. And here's how that's going to work. There are several elements to the book. I'll put the link down below to show you all the elements, but stuff like cover, title, subtitle. We have a dedication. We have an epigraph. We have the preface. The preface is the current moment, your current state of mind. Me right now, focus. Why is focus my word for the year? What am I thinking is going to happen? Okay. Then I have my chapter 1. I like to spell it W-O-N, because this is a success. This is a victory. We are going to achieve victory by writing this one word, one chapter book. Okay. Then we got your chapter. That's, for me, that's one word. That's focus. For you, it's also one word. If you can't get it down to one word, then get it down to one word. Okay, so next is the crucial element of the book, and that is the epilogue. Now, the epilogue, if you're familiar with films or a book, sometimes it'll say, epilogue 1 year later. So what we're going to be doing in this epilogue, and by the way, in the core, I have a book, I have a program, of course. I can show you software on how to put together your book, how to format your book, how to create the manuscript, even how to get it into ebook and even paperback format, should you choose to accept this mission. That's all in the course. You'll see. Go grab the book, join the one-worder club, and let's get this thing done. So the epigraph is a different thing. That's in the beginning. The epilogue is, you ready for this? It's your future self writing this part of the book. So I suggest you start that chapter with these words. What a year it's been. What a year. Can you feel that? And can you feel your positive future self writing this book? So you're writing it as if it's a year from now, and you're looking back at this past year. And you are going to describe what happened in this past year from the future perspective. Meaning today, right now, it's the year ahead, but I'm going to be learning about this from my future self's perspective. So you're going to put the shoes on of your future self, knowing what your future self knows. If you think back to yourself of a year ago, how were you different? What have you achieved? What have you not achieved? What did you want to achieve and you didn't yet achieve? What have you achieved in this past year? And when you look back and you think, well, that wasn't so hard, or I did it, or I succeeded, and here's the way I did it. So we're going to be doing that in the epilogue about your future self, written from your future self's perspective. Then what's going to happen this year, and that's about the end of the book. Epilogue, then there's the about the author, which is kind of cool. You could write that in the future as well, right? About the author, and then there's a section also by the author, and this is where you can list your other works. So you could also, pro tip, think about this also from the future perspective and say, what other things have you accomplished in this coming year? You with me? You having fun yet? That's what we're doing in January, February, March of this year. That's what I'm doing. Come join me. The book is available right now. It leads to a program, optional. I just told you everything you need to do. If you want to know more, go grab the book. I'd be thrilled to do it. I'd love to see you in the group. We'll have some live versions, by the way, in the coming months. Check it out. Stay in touch, and we'll get it done. We're going to get it done, and we're going to have it fun. Your one word. For this year's version, it's 2024. What's your word going to be? I know you know it. Let me help you discover it. Bye for now. See you next week. See you next month. Have a great start to the new year. Bye for now.